Alright guys, we're going to do a cold start on the Blazer. Right now I'm still been playing with this tune because I absolutely want this thing to idle lower than 800 RPMs. I've been having some issues with it starting, driving fairly good, but on light throttle inputs, like when you're cruising through town or creeping in, you know, like stop and go traffic, stall or die or whatever, and that's just too embarrassing. I can't handle it. So I've been playing with the tune, working on getting it to start, you know, maintain idle. But what it's battling with now at my new demanded 725 RPM, it still is battling to restore idle after rev. So it's like that underspeed, that drop, that coming from the upper RPMs back down to restore idle. It just wants to dive to that underspeed area. Commonly it ends up not restoring the idle, or it sits there and really searches for idle and gives me a bunch of headaches. But I wanted to run over here real quick, do a cold start, and then I've got another tune that I have in the computer now that I want to go ahead and put in and just see if I've made any success or any changes that would affect that dive and that restore idle situation. So let's get over here where we can see this thing and get her fired up. Okay, she's icy cold. I think the temperature's up to around 18 or 20 right now. This morning it was wind chill -5, so I know that. But here's what's weird is I'm having pretty good success with it starting, but it just doesn't hang idle at all. It just kind of flares and boom, drops back down without any idle hang, so it's kind of weird. -5 or something weird. It fired right up, but it doesn't work its way down to idle or anything. It just fires up and then boom, goes to 1,000. Holding a steady, I think it's about 58 or 59 pounds of oil pressure. Should have hooked the computer up to get some data, because it'd be neat to see what my commanded idle air fuel or air is at this steady, because it starts out demanding 1,050 RPM on the coldest portions, then it goes to around 950 as it gets up closer to the freezing 32 degrees. And then it'll gradually work its way down to 725 RPMs. Now, before it reaches the full operating temperature, it will recover idle no problem. It's only once it reaches full operating temperature is when all this headache, you know, starts showing its face. So, I don't know. See? Right then. I help it restore idle. As long as you ability to control the idle and to restore it after revving. And none, you know, I've tried to build, you know, idle hangs with timing in the table. I've done everything that they recommend, you know, on the tuning recommendations, and it just absolutely doesn't want to play that crap. And I can't figure it out. But I've got this other tune in here, and I'm hoping that maybe some of the changes I made, you know, could make a difference. See, like right now, it's idling pretty close to the demanded idle at this point, because it'll sit there and just kind of bounce 2,500 or 25 RPMs kind of back and forth once you get it down around 725 to 750. It caught itself that time, but I didn't really rev it very high. I didn't even go maybe 2,000 RPM. I have not road tested this tune yet, so I don't even know how it will react in gear, you know, coming to a stop sign or anything like that. See, revved at 1800 and it wouldn't recover idle. So let's put the other tune in there and just see what the heck it'll do to make it happier. Because this piece of crap's about making me want to sell it or get a different Phytech system or something. As usual, I try to make small changes to try to help that diving or underspeed on the, like a deceleration or when the attack's coming back down after revving. Literally, I just played with a throttle cracker, a throttle follower, and stuff like that, and it literally somehow got mad, didn't even want to start. So went back to my tune that I started with at the beginning of the video. Right now I've got a good startup, you know, at least a solid startup and idle, but it still will not recover after revving. All I have to do is figure out how to do is slow down that stupid IAC valve, because it's shutting off too fast. I just need it to slow down just a little bit so that the engine can stabilize itself. All of the online tutorials that tell you how to tune this and that, and none of that crap seems to work on my car. I don't know. Maybe I'm mentally retarded. Maybe I'm only smart enough to have built and raced, you know, carburetors my whole life, 30 plus years. But this stupid thing will not work following all of the tuning suggestions online. I've been all over HP2 forum that, you know, gives any information about tuning a drive-by cable, you know, throttle body with a non-electronic transmission and no park reverse neutral drive input. It should still be possible to get this thing to idle at a normal idle and recover. I don't understand why this thing won't do a simple procedure